Top 7 foods that keep seniors active and sharp. After 70. My dear seniors, when it comes to staying active, strong, and mentally sharp after 70, what you put on your plate can be just as important as the activities you do or the medicines you take. Because food is not only fuel, it's information for your body. It tells your cells how to function. It influences your energy, your mood, your memory, and even how well you sleep. So let me walk you through the top 7 foods that research, experience, and real-life success stories have shown to be truly powerful for seniors who want to keep moving freely and thinking clearly well into their golden years. And let's begin with something simple yet profound. Leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, and collard greens, because these are absolutely packed with vitamin K for bone health, lutein and beta-carotene for eye protection, folate for brain function, and antioxidants that protect your cells from the wear and tear of time. And studies show that seniors who consume a serving or two of leafy greens daily have the cognitive abilities of people who are years younger. So adding a spinach omelet in the morning, kale in your soup, or a side of collard greens at dinner can be one of the easiest, tastiest ways to protect your mind and keep your joints working smoothly. And speaking of brain health, the second superstar on our list is fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, because these are incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which act like lubrication for your brain's communication system, helping neurons fire efficiently, reducing inflammation that can contribute to arthritis and heart disease, and improving mood, memory, and reaction time, with research even linking regular omega-3 consumption to a reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. So aim for 2 servings a week, perhaps grilled salmon with lemon and herbs or sardines on whole grain toast, and you'll be giving your body an anti-aging boost from the inside out. Now our third hero food might surprise some of you. Berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, because these colorful little gems are nature's candy but with a purpose, delivering high doses of anthocyanins and vitamin C that protect blood vessels, enhance blood flow to the brain, and counteract oxidative stress, the very process that accelerates aging. And studies have found that seniors who consume berries regularly show measurable improvements in memory, problem solving, and balance. So whether you blend them into a smoothie, sprinkle them on your morning oatmeal, or just enjoy them as a snack, you're doing something your future self will thank you for. Moving on to number 4. We can't skip nuts and seeds, especially walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and chia seeds, because these tiny powerhouses are loaded with plant-based omega-3s, protein, magnesium, and vitamin E, which help reduce inflammation, maintain muscle mass, and keep your skin and brain healthy. And the beauty of nuts and seeds is how easy they are to add to your diet. A handful of almonds in the afternoon, a sprinkle of chia seeds in your yogurt, or crushed walnuts in a salad, and you're fortifying your body with nutrients that protect against both mental decline and physical frailty. Now, 5th on our list is a food that has been consumed by some of the longest living people in the world. Legumes, which include beans, lentils, and chickpeas, because these are rich in plant-based protein, fiber, iron, and B vitamins. And their high fiber content helps control blood sugar, keep your digestive system moving smoothly, and feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which in turn affects your immune system and even your mood. And eating legumes at least 3 times a week has been linked to lower cholesterol, better heart health, and improved longevity. So consider making a hearty lentil soup, a bean salad, or chickpea curry, and your body will reward you with sustained energy and better overall health. The 6th food might be something you already love but perhaps underestimate. Whole grains like oats, quinoa, brown rice, and whole wheat bread, because these complex carbohydrates are rich in fiber, B vitamins, and minerals, giving you steady energy throughout the day, helping maintain a healthy weight, and reducing the risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. And the key here is to choose minimally processed grains, so you're getting the full benefit of the nutrients. So start your morning with steel-cut oats topped with berries and nuts, switch from white bread to whole grain, and use quinoa as a base for salads. And you'll notice not only more stable energy, but also improved digestion, And finally, number 7 on our list is perhaps the most refreshing of all. Brightly colored vegetables like carrots, bell peppers, tomatoes, and sweet potatoes, because these are loaded with carotenoids, vitamin C, potassium, and other antioxidants that support heart health, protect vision, strengthen immunity, and help your skin stay vibrant. And by brightly colored, I mean the reds, oranges, yellows, and deep purples that signal a rich diversity of plant compounds. So make your plate as colorful as a rainbow, because the more colors you eat, the more protective plant chemicals you're giving your body. And my dear seniors, while these 7 foods each have unique strengths, their true power comes when you combine them in your daily meals, because the nutrients interact and support one another in ways that amplify their benefits. So imagine starting your day with oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts, having a lentil and vegetable soup for lunch with a side of whole grain bread, enjoying grilled salmon with a big helping of leafy greens for dinner, and snacking on almonds or carrot sticks in between. And you have a diet that doesn't just fill your stomach but fuels your life, keeps your joints flexible, your mind sharp, your heart strong, and your energy steady. And the best part is, these foods are not exotic or hard to find. They're available in most grocery stores, affordable and adaptable to any taste or cooking style. So the next time you make your grocery list, think about these 7 powerful allies for your health. And remember, aging is not just about the years on the calendar. It's about how you nourish your body to keep living the life you love. So eat with intention, savor every bite, and let food be one of your greatest tools to remain active and sharp long after 70, because you deserve nothing less than a vibrant, fulfilling, and joyful life every single day. Now that we've gone through the 7-star players of a brain and body friendly diet after 70, I want you to imagine the ripple effect these foods can have when they become a steady, joyful part of your life. Because it's not only about preventing illness, it's about creating the conditions for thriving, waking up each day with a clear mind, steady legs, and enough energy to enjoy the people and activities you love. And one of the most beautiful things about eating this way is that the benefits often sneak up on you quietly. Maybe at first you just notice you're not as tired after lunch, or that your knees don't ache as much climbing the stairs, or you suddenly remember names and appointments without struggling. And over time, these little victories add up into something much bigger: independence, dignity, and freedom, which are priceless at any age. So let's explore how to bring these foods into your life in practical, tasty, and budget-friendly ways, starting with leafy. No, some of you may not enjoy the fishy taste, but fresh salmon lightly grilled with lemon and herbs can taste bright and clean. Sardines in olive oil can be mashed into a spread with a little mustard and eaten on whole grain crackers. And mackerel can be baked with tomatoes, onions, and peppers for a rich, comforting dish that brings in those bright-colored vegetables too. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, don't worry. You can still get omega-3s from walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds, though you might want to consider an algae-based omega-3 supplement for an extra boost. Now berries are perhaps the easiest to love: sweet, juicy, and colorful. But here's a little tip. Buying them frozen is often cheaper and just as nutritious as fresh, because they're frozen at peak ripeness. So you can keep a bag in your freezer and throw a handful into your cereal, pancakes, or yogurt whenever you like. And this way you never have to worry about them going bad before you eat them. And nuts and seeds are another snack that's as convenient as it is healthy. But portion control is key because they're calorie dense. So think of a small handful as a serving, and try mixing different types together for a variety of nutrients. Almonds for vitamin E, walnuts for omega-3s, pumpkin seeds for magnesium, sunflower seeds for selenium, and chia seeds for fiber and plant protein. And one of the easiest ways to enjoy legumes is to make a big batch of soup or stew and freeze portions for later, so you always have a quick, healthy meal ready when you don't feel like cooking. And chickpeas in particular are so versatile. You can roast them with spices for a crunchy snack, mash them into hummus for a dip, or toss them into salads and pasta dishes for extra protein. And whole grains are much the same. Once you cook a big pot of quinoa, brown rice, or barley, you can keep it in the fridge for several days and use it in different meals, turning it into a breakfast bowl. with fruit and nuts, a lunch salad with vegetables and beans, or a dinner side with fish and greens. And as for brightly colored vegetables, the key is variety. You want reds from tomatoes and red peppers for lycopene, oranges from carrots and sweet potatoes for beta-carotene, yellows from squash and corn for lutein, and purples from eggplant and purple cabbage for anthocyanins. And you don't need to remember all those scientific names. Just remember that color equals protection. And the more colors on your plate, the more you're defending your body from the effects of aging. And beyond just the individual benefits, these foods help one another work better. Vitamin C from berries and peppers boosts the absorption of iron from leafy greens and legumes. Healthy fats from fish and nuts help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K from vegetables. And fiber from whole grains and beans helps regulate blood sugar, which protects your brain as much as your waistline. And my dear seniors, I also want to remind you that food is not just about nutrients, it's about pleasure, connection, and tradition. So don't think you have to give up the dishes you love. Instead, find ways to weave these 7 foods into them. Add extra vegetables to your stews, use whole grain bread for your favorite sandwiches, swap out white rice for quinoa in your biryani, mix berries into your desserts, or top your paratha with mashed avocado and a sprinkle of flax seeds. And if cooking feels like a chore, invite a friend or family member to join you, because cooking and eating together not only makes the food taste better, it boosts mood and reduces loneliness, which is another hidden key to staying healthy after 70. And while we've been talking about physical health, never forget that mental and emotional health are deeply connected to what you eat. Stable blood sugar from whole grains and legumes can reduce anxiety. Omega-3s from fish and nuts can ease depression. Antioxidants from berries and vegetables can protect against brain inflammation that contributes to dementia. And magnesium from seeds and leafy greens can help you sleep better at night. So the choices you make at the table echo into every other part of your life, and perhaps the most inspiring part of all this is that it's never too late to start. Research shows that even people in their 80s and 90s can see real improvements in energy, strength, and memory within weeks of adopting a nutrient-rich diet. So no matter what your habits have been until now, today can be the day you start giving your body the building blocks it needs to serve you well for the years ahead. So my dear seniors, take these 7 foods not as a strict rule book, but as a friendly toolkit. You can reach for every day, mix and match them, try new recipes, find what makes you feel good, and over time, you'll find yourself not only eating healthier but living more fully, with the freedom to walk without pain, remember without struggle, and greet each day with the energy and curiosity it deserves. Because the goal isn't just to live long, it's to live well. And these foods are some of the simplest, most delicious ways to make that happen for you. Greens, which can feel intimidating for those who didn't grow up eating kale salads or spinach smoothies, but remember, greens don't have to be bland or boring. You can saute spinach with garlic and olive oil for a warm, comforting side dish, toss kale into soups where it softens and blends beautifully, or mix collard greens with scrambled eggs for breakfast. And if chewing tougher greens is hard on your teeth, a quick steam or blend into a smoothie can make them soft and easy while keeping all the nutrients intact. And speaking of smoothies, they can be one of the easiest ways to combine several of these 7 foods into one meal. Imagine blending blueberries, spinach, flax seeds, and almond milk for a breakfast that's sweet, creamy, and packed with brain-boosting, anti-inflammatory goodness. And if you add a spoonful of cooked quinoa or oats, you'll have long-lasting energy to carry you through the morning without a blood sugar crash. And when it comes to fatty fish, I